How you doing, Johnny? You spraying?
Yep.
So guys, I'm definitely gonna have to get a tap for the chunk bolts. I'm gonna have to get a tap for the fill plug and drain plug because we did not tape anything. And our studs, we'll figure it out, right, Johnny?
Yep.
Now we're getting a little bit of coat of primer on tonight. And I just got a paint gun, ordered that, and we're gonna be spraying this old girl here at some point. I'm very excited. Johnny did his final welds on this thing, and oh man, she's coming together. Very excited, guys. Finally get this front one almost done. A few more little things to do, like I gotta get the hubs powder coated, and I gotta get the axles all cleaned up, axle shafts, and always forgetting about the chunk. We gotta grind the chunk, primer it, and paint it, and then we can someday mate all these things together. So very excited, guys. Just wanted to check in, night one of our next video. Stay tuned. What up, what up? There he is, dirty as can be. Well, guys, looks like we're ready for paint. And the good thing is, when you watch this video, it'll be in the next clip. But for me, it's gonna be a few days. We spent our whole night cleaning everything on this chunk, getting it very solid for paint. And then our housing is already primed, so we're ready for some base coat for some black. So hopefully this weekend everything is gonna be glossy, boys and girls. I am super hyped. Everything looks so good. Oh man, it's finally coming together. Once we get this front axle done, I think everything's gonna flow a lot smoother, right, Johnny?
Oh yeah.
The rear, we're hoping it's a little easier because we don't need as many tabs as the front, which is good. But still, we're gonna make it the best we can. Flanges will look completely different. They have a different bolt pattern for the hubs, and there's no steering, obviously, so it's honestly a little easier. And the housing is actually gonna be probably a lot longer in the front, just because of that reason right there. But we'll cat it all out, and next couple weeks, guys, we're gonna start the rear. Yeah, stay tuned. And just like that, we're back out here. Finally. Hopefully she turns out good, guys. It's our first time messing around with a paint gun. So we'll keep you posted. Alright, guys. Got our axle in here. And oh man. Talk about glossy. Came out really well. We were kind of nervous to see it in the shop light because we've been spraying in the dark basically, but cool. So let's take a walk. Let's take a walk. Shop is coming together really nicely. John went ahead and put AC in the whole thing, so it's badass. Now we're heading out yonder here to our paint booth. We do what we can with what we have. We got our 5-ton chunk right here that Johnny is laying a first coat on. Took a trash bag and ratchet strapped it around all of our guts underneath, our gearing and what have you. Try and keep the paint out of there. But yeah, rigged up a little system to hold this chunk level so we could spray it, because anyone that works on these 5-ton, 2.5-ton things, you guys know if you pick up from your pinions, the chunk weight is gonna swing. So you gotta have two types of straps to pick it up, or if you have a top hat on it, it becomes very easy, but obviously we don't have that. So primer is going by and getting our fresh paint on her. We really took our time cleaning it, and I think it's gonna look really good, guys. So they'll check back in. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Kind of sketchy, but we got it sitting. And man, it looks, I mean, unbelievable. We got everything back in its spot. And there he is. The painter tonight. I sprayed the first coat, and then Johnny's OCD just took over and he just tackled the rest of it. So I'll give it to him, man. First time using a spray gun and just kind of figuring out our thinner and, you know, just everything. And I would say we didn't do too bad. We just kind of sketchy put the chunk here, but they had some leftover wood from building the shop, so I've commandeered that now. Hopefully John doesn't mind. I don't think he will. But guys, I mean, this is no clear coat either. This is literally just black and fancy doors going down. I mean, everything came out so nice. So we're gonna call it a night, right, Johnny? We killed it for tonight. Next time you see us, this is going in there. To be continued. Hell yeah. And we're back. And would you look at that? We've got a center chunk in, both of our True-On sockets on, and Johnny's getting our hub on. Had to clean some powder out of the surface area to mount these kingpins. It's the thing about these axles, guys, they're not real kingpins, they're True-On sockets. They're a little different, and honestly, they're less maintenance, and I think they're gonna hold up a lot longer. Rookie mistake. I have every bolt for these studs, and I forgot them. Only have a few of them, but you get the look I'm going for with all the nice grade 8 hardware on everything. And yeah, it sucks. I kind of regret doing it. But because the thing is, no one sees these bolts because they're behind our big hub, so I really need to be a little bit more cost effective on this thing. But I guess we're doing the no expenses spared build, so. But tonight we're getting our steering knuckles on. We got to clean these up. These are kind of like a mating surface seal, and then our hub, where the actual big hub rides, protrudes through this, and then we'll be able to put the shafts in and actually see them spin with the diff. So big night. It's the only night we have to work on this, but I wanted to work on it because we got to keep moving on the project, guys. We have so many other little projects that I make Johnny do, and it sucks, but it's money that goes straight back into this. So, but soon enough, we'll be doing our top hats and our top tabs, and we're gonna get some overlays on our bananas. That's why I did them solid. People probably wondering why I did them solid. It's because I'm gonna do some overlays, get our steering hopefully hooked up. But hopefully you guys get how everything is kind of coming together here. Like I said, our pull point in the front, steering bolts there to there, and yeah. So we're getting a little close. The paint did not, we are rookies, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys on here. The paint did not come out how I intended it. I think we didn't let the coats dry and just kept spraying it to get it glossy, and it looked good. And you know, from a distance, it still looks really good, but you get up close and you can see it's kind of scaly, which is very weird. But I didn't add any hardener, rookie mistake. Johnny's gonna use an impact real quick. Now don't worry, everyone. Yeah, great, yep. Everything will be grade 8, but I didn't get the bolts today, so whatever. But everything will be grade 8 on these tops because you will see them. But yeah, it sucks about the paint, but I think what I'm gonna do is once everything's kind of put together, I'm gonna get some clear coat and mix hardener in it, thin it, probably a little bit more than what we did. And very clear, just try and lock it in because the paint is very, as you can see from lifting the chunk, we had a little bit of chippage. And I know I can't be that crazy about it because it is a mud truck, but I really just wanted this paint to hold up because this powder, I mean, it takes everything like a champ. So, keep you posted. Well, everyone, Johnny's hit his wall, but we got one side almost together. Shafts are there, and I mean, this is pretty impressive to see it this far. So, steering ram on, obviously the hub's not straight, but you get the idea. As you can see, turning radius will not be the best. It's about a little under 5 inches of travel right there. Yeah, we're gonna call it a night. Shop gets spray foam this week, so there he is, working his ass off out here, but we're making it happen, man. She looks like an axle, so I'm happy. Yeah. What could we be possibly getting into tonight?
What?
We're on the vlog, so we're using the old Hobart here. I have a little welder to get things done at home. So what do we do? Well, we made an axle. We're making an axle stand. I commandeered some pipe for my work. I do fire protection, so we deal in a lot of steel pipe. The only bad thing is this is all Galvy, which has a zinc coating. So for one, it doesn't weld good, and for two, you don't want to breathe any of it in. So we're kind of welding as close as we can to some open air. This is a full MIG welder. It does up to 1/4 inch, and it actually does really good. This is only scheduled 10 pipe, 1/8 inch wall. But you'll see when we get there. Very random thing we're doing tonight, but we're trying to have an easier time building this truck. So we're making some axle stands, so stay tuned. All right, everyone, I have not recorded much from the night, but first things first, axle stand worked. Pain in the butt. All the casters I bought for it, because I was cheap, were not able to support the weight of this heavy bastard. And it only just keeps getting heavier the more we put on it. So thankfully, John had some big boy casters laying around and we were able to weld on there. But guys, I am so hyped. The last thing to go on are my planetary hubs, which are right here, and they're gonna go to powder. See them right there? Those go right on. But there's the man, the myth, working his butt off tonight. Johnny, spin that diff for me real quick. Yes, sir. No grinding. For our first hybrid, I don't think we did too bad. It was such a pain, but man, it's so cool to be this far. It's so cool. Got all of our grade 8 hardware everywhere we can, and it's looking really cool. So what we're gonna do now is work on our steering, because our steering's ready to go on, guys. But this is insane to me. Like I said, those hubs I just showed you, that is your wheel bearing. They go right on there. And then your sun gear goes here, if you've seen it from previous videos, and then your planet rides around that. And that is how you do a 5-ton steer hybrid, man. It's insane to be this far, but it's been a long process, and I'm more than happy. They go from such a short little housing to such a long axle. So it's cool. Well, we're gonna get some shit done for the rest of the evening, and we'll check back in.